Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my Prophet series, part 9. Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him. The journey from the well to the throne. Patience, purity, and the plan of Allah. You know, in life sometimes everything seems to go wrong. Friends betray you, opportunities vanish, and life feels unfair. Well, Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, lived that story. But instead of losing faith, he turned every hardship into a step closer to greatness. His life is the perfect reminder that when people plan to break you, Allah is planning to raise you. So in the beginning, a dream of destiny, Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, was the beloved son of Prophet Yaqub, or Jacob, peace be upon him, and had 11 brothers. From childhood, Yusuf, peace be upon him, was special, pure-hearted, and beautiful in appearance and character. So one night, he told his father a dream. "Oh, my father, indeed, I have seen in a dream 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating to me." This is mentioned in Surah Yusuf. This is chapter 12, verse 4. So Yaqub, peace be upon him, recognized this as a sign of divine destiny, but warned him not to tell his brothers, as jealousy burns even in blood. He says, "O my son, do not relate your vision to your brothers, or they will plot against you. Indeed, Satan is to man a clear enemy." That's in verse 5 in chapter 12. So betrayal, the well of darkness. Yusuf's brothers envied him. They conspired to get rid of him, saying, "Kill Yusuf or cast him out to some land so that the favor of your father will be yours alone." As in verse 9 in chapter 12. So finally, they decided to throw him into a deep well, pretending he was attacked by a wolf. They returned to their father crying fake tears, showing his shirt stained with false blood. Meanwhile, travelers passed by the well, found Yusuf, peace be upon him, and sold him into slavery in Egypt for a few coins. From the son of a prophet, he became a servant in a foreign land, but Allah was always with him. And thus we established Yusuf in the land that we might teach him the interpretation of events. That's in verse 21 in chapter 12. So the test of the palace, purity over pleasure. Yusuf, peace be upon him, was sold to a nobleman of Egypt known as Al-Aziz. His wife, impressed by Yusuf's beauty and character, and tried to seduce him. She, in whose house he was, sought to seduce him. She closed the doors and said, "Come to me." This is in verse 23 in chapter 12. So Yusuf replied, with strength and purity, "I seek refuge in Allah. Indeed, my Lord has made my stay good. Indeed, wrongdoers will not succeed." That's also in verse 23 in chapter 12. So when he resisted, she tore his shirt and accused him falsely. But Allah revealed the truth. The evidence proved Yusuf's innocence. Still rumors spread and silence gossip. He was imprisoned unjustly. So the prison, the school of patience. Even behind bars, Yusuf, peace be upon him, turned prison into a place of dawah. Two fellow prisoners saw dreams and asked him for interpretation. So before answering, Yusuf, peace be upon him, used the moment to invite them to the oneness of Allah. "O my two companions of prison, are separate lords better, or Allah is the one, the irresistible?" As in verse 39 of chapter 12. So he interpreted their dreams correctly. One would be freed and the other executed. Years later, when the king had a troubling dream about 7 fat cows and 7 lean cows, the freedman remembered Yusuf. So the rise to power, from prison to palace. The king summoned Yusuf, peace be upon him, to interpret the dream. Yusuf says it foretold 7 years of prosperity followed by 7 years of famine, and advised a plan to store grain during the good years. And the king was amazed and said, "Indeed, you are today established in position and trusted." That's in verse 54 in chapter 12. So Yusuf, peace be upon him, requested to oversee the country's storehouses, becoming Egypt's minister of finance. From the darkness of a well in the prison, Allah raised him to the throne of justice and wisdom. And thus we establish Yusuf in the land to settle therein wherever he will. This is in verse 56 in chapter 12. So the reunion, the dream fulfilled. Years later, famine struck all lands, including Canaan, where Yusuf, peace be upon him, family lived. His brothers came to Egypt seeking food, not realizing they were standing before the brother they once betrayed. So through patience and divine planning, Yusuf eventually revealed himself to them. "I am Yusuf, and this is my brother. Allah has certainly favored us. Indeed, whoever fears Allah and is patient, then indeed Allah does not allow the reward of those who do good to be lost." It's in verse number 90 in chapter 12. So later his parents came to Egypt, and they all bowed before him, fulfilling the dream he had as a child. And he raised his parents upon the throne, and they bowed to him in prostration. And he says, "O my father, this is the explanation of my vision before." That's in verse of 100 in chapter 12. So the dua of Yusuf, peace be upon him, in his final words of the surah, Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, turned his success into gratitude. He says, "O my Lord, you have given me of sovereignty and taught me the interpretation of dreams. Creator of the heavens and the earth, you are my protector in this world and the hereafter. Cause me to die a Muslim and join me with righteous." That's in chapter 12, verse 101. So what a beautiful ending. A man who faced betrayal, slavery, temptation, and prison, yet ended as a king, still humbled and devoted to Allah. So the lessons we can learn from Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him: patience is the path to greatness. Every hardship was a divine step, leading him to his destiny. So stay pure when no one is watching. Yusuf's honor in private became his glory in public. Forgive even when you have the power. He forgave the very brothers who threw him into a well. Trust Allah's timing. When the world seems against him, Allah was setting the stage for success for him. So in my reflection, Prophet Yusuf's story teaches da'is and mentors that Allah's plan unfolds slowly but perfectly. When someone reverts to Islam and faces rejection from family, or when a da'i is mocked or ignored, remember Yusuf, peace be upon him. He didn't complain, he trusted. He didn't rush, he waited. He didn't blame, he forgave. So indeed, my Lord is subtle in what he wills. Indeed, it is he who is the willing and the knowing and the wise. That's in verse 100 in chapter 12. So when you're sincere in dawah and patient in hardship, Allah will turn every well into a throne of honor. So in conclusion, Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, showed that faith isn't about avoiding trials. It's about growing through them. From the well to the palace, every step was a lesson in patience and purity and forgiveness. So next time life seems unfair, remember Allah's plan may not be visible now, but it's always perfect. So indeed, whoever fears Allah and is patient, Allah does not let the reward of the righteous go to waste.